Welcome to Investing in Intellectual Property with Dave. I am Dave, an intellectual property attorney, among many other things, and I deal with copyrights, trademarks, patents, as well as name, image, and likeness, NIL, which is another form of intellectual property. I was recently sent this article, not article, but it was a IG post, kind of surrounding the whole P Diddy thing and him dropping down from Revolt, or the chairman of Revolt stepping down as chairman of Revolt TV. And there was a post by a gentleman. Let me bring it up here really quickly. And shout out to this gentleman, Big Business. He has over 300,000 subscribers or followers on IG. So seems like he's doing really good things. And I mean, he's trying to kind of get back to the community and put the community up on game, I guess you can say. And it seems like a lot of his content is pretty decent. But this particular article or post, I just disagree with. So let's read it. It says, moving forward, you have to separate you as a person from your brand and get a trademark built. Get a trademark, build it up, become a ghost. This way, your personal life won't be affected from or affect your business. Black people, stop trying to be the face of your brand. They're going to tell you your bleep down one way or another. And this has nothing to do with Puff Daddy. I've been saying this for years now. It's what I teach my mentees. You don't know who owns Pepsi. If he pulled over and asked you for 2 nickels, you wouldn't know trademark or build an empire waiting to be destroyed. They coming for everyone. Stay tuned. Bleep just heating up. So, man, I disagree with that for many reasons. The first reason is, hey man, we all are brands, whether you like it or not, whether you look at it or not. If you work at a factory, you yourself are a brand. Whether you are in a corporate environment, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a brand. So, and I guess what people know your brand is, just ask somebody, hey man, what would you think about me if somebody came up to you and say, hey, how is Dave? What would you say about me? And that's based on what that person going to say about you, that's indicative or shedding light on your brand. So I mean, I see a lot of people all the time on social media, and they are reckless with their brand. If you want to be a comedian, post comedian stuff on your social media, on IG or Facebook, your Twitter. If you are you want to come off as financially astute, show your financial astuteness on social media. If you want to come off as a entertainer, a movie producer, or a actor or whatever, post that on social media, and that will kind of continue to develop as your brand. If you want success to be a part of your brand, post more successful stuff on social media. So we all are brands, and I think a lot of people are kind of reckless in terms of kind of posting, or not only posting, but the way they live their life on a day-to-day basis. Because this is all not just kind of posting, but what are your interactions with people? Because that's a big part of going into your brand. If every time people know you based on your interactions as being an a-hole or being reckless or just saying anything, then again, that's going to be a part of your brand. But if people always interact with you and you're positive, you're upbeat, you're smart, you are always being productive, then that's going to be a part of your brand. Every time I go home or just kind of out in the community or out where I stay at, uh, people who know me or kind of, and they maybe not know me personally, but just kind of what they see on social media, they come up to me and say, hey man, keep going, keep doing good, I'm proud of you, you successful, those things. But that's a part of my brand based on what I put out there and based on what people kind of who really know me or who know me, who have interacted with me, they come to know me for just being successful, being positive, just doing different things, being productive. So I kind of want to first kind of clarify Big Business, his thing up when he says, hey, uh stop trying to be the face of your brand. Hey, no, we all are brands, whether you want to admit to it or not. We all are brands. Now, this brings me into my second point. When you're starting a company, a big part of that company is based on who you are as a person, who you like, what's your brand. So, for example, he says that nobody knows who Pepsi is. Man, it's easy to say that. Pepsi's been around what, almost 100 years, over 50 years. So it's easy to say it now when we're number one. Pepsi is not owned by any individual person at this point, it's owned by a board. Just like a lot of other publicly traded companies, they have a board that owns it. It's not just one person. Now you may have the founders a lot of times may be the face of the company, and may also be on a board or maybe chairman, such as say the Dallas Mavericks. We know that although Mark Cuban, it seems like it's selling it, we knew Mark Cuban was the face of the Dallas Mavericks, and that helped out the valuation of Dallas Mavericks. Think about it. Dallas Mavericks, they weren't. I mean, they won a championship, but it wasn't like they were just this overly successful team in a way that the Spurs were, or the Lakers were, the Warriors were. But a big part of the Dallas Mavericks and kind of their valuation is it was, Mark Cuban and his brand and how he kind of went about his business. When you think about Amazon, you think about Jeff Bezos. When you think about Microsoft, Bill Gates. When you think about Apple, you think about Steve Jobs. So again, a lot of times these founders are and the brand of the founders has helped the actual company. So we're talking about Pepsi. Yeah, Pepsi's been around for tens of years, if not over 100 years, and it's owned by the board. So sure, people are not going around talking about who's the CEO or the founder of Pepsi or Coca-Cola, just because again, these companies are more so legacy companies. But the more newer companies, especially with regard to the technology age, the internet age, uh, those companies and the founders and the brands of the founders are a big part of that company's success. Now, the thing with, I guess, Puffy, and again, we all know that he settled less than 24 hours after the lawsuit. And I don't want to make this video about him per se. He's just kind of a avatar that's me trying to illustrate a point. Part of your brand has to be associated, like I said, with with success, with goodness. And if it's not, if your moral compass is off, if you have low integrity, or low values, low character, then that's going to spill off into your brand. Again, it's almost impossible to start a company and you be a bad person and not think that the company is not going to engage in bad business practices. Come on, man. Let's be smart about this. So at the end of the day, hey, we all are brands in and of ourselves. So when we start a company, our brand or our company kind of takes on our identity as a person, our brand as a person, and that brand can help or hurt the company. In this case, obviously we know Diddy, he was chairman of Revolt and he had to step down. And I'm assuming that a part of that was his brand just became too tainted at this particular point in time, to the point where it's negatively affecting the company. Uh, and that's just that. I'm saying, hey, the trademark part of it, sure, get your trademark, protect your IP. I'm a big proponent of that. Nobody's going to sit on, especially on YouTube or on the internet, and be a bigger proponent, especially as an IP attorney, to say, hey, don't, hey, go make sure you protect your brand. Get your trademarks, get your copyright, get your patents. But let's not think that we're going to be able to separate our brand from ourselves. Yes, you can get big enough to the point where the brand lives on aside from you, whether you sell the company or not. Sure, that's a big thing. But to think that we are going to be able to separate our bad business practices or our good business practices from the brand, let's not be naive about that. I think this is more so about, hey, make sure you're a person of integrity, make sure you're a person of high character, make sure you're a person who has a moral compass, and people know you for these things, and use that to your business, to your brand's advantage, so the brand can really level up, the company can really level up. So that's all that I'm going to say about this. Again, big business. Salute to you. Shout out to you. I'd love to kind of get your take on this if you do continue to disagree with me. But again, I think that we all are brands as individuals, and if we start a company, and again protect your trademark, but uh, your brand is going to your company is going to take on its leadership, and as the founder, as a CEO, you are a brand, and your company is going to take on your brand by default. Just make sure your brand is known for goodness, known for uh, good things, so that it can spill off to the company. You can have a successful company. Hopefully that was informational. Hit a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you thought it was. Leave a comment, and again, if you didn't think it was, still hit the dislike. Leave a comment, still telling me how much you maybe dislike it or where I went wrong at. And until next time, peace.